Amberwood at Holland is going to be a very interesting project. But let me be very clear and upfront. Today the area is not very convenient. The immediate surroundings are still mostly undeveloped land. The MRT walk needs to be tested properly. So is Amberwood a premium family home with good long-term potential? Or buyers today are being asked to pay for tomorrow price for a neighborhood that is still not yet established? My position on this project is conservatively bullish, and most importantly, who should buy and who should walk away. Now, Amberwood at Holland is a 99-year leasehold project by Sim Lian Group on the Holland Link government land sales site. This project is expected to have 212 units with family-oriented 3 to 5 bedroom unit mix, and the completion is estimated around 2030. The site itself is about 17,000 square meters or roughly about 183,000 square feet with low-rise development perimeter. Sim Lian paid about $368 million for this land, equivalent to approximately about $1,432 per square foot per plot ratio. This land bid is important for two reasons. Firstly, it is about 22% above the second highest bidder, so we should not pretend that developer bought this piece of land cheap as compared to other bidders' opinions at that point of time. Secondly, Sim Lian subsequently bought the neighboring Holland Plain site for $454 million, which is about $1,491 per square foot per plot ratio. That is 4.1% above the first plot of land. This can be read in two ways. The conservative interpretation is that the second site attracted only one bid and future supply is very visible. It is not a guarantee that every buyer that buys Amberwood will make money. The latest information shows that this project only have 3 to 5 bedrooms. This matters because it shapes how the community is going to exist in this project. You're more likely to have families actually living here, children using the pool, parents meeting at the drop-off point, residents staying for a meaningful longer period. For an own-stay buyer, this can create a more homely feeling. It does not automatically means resale will be easy. In fact, removing the smaller units also remove the lower quantum buyer pool. Your future resale audience will be more financially capable but narrower. The second positive is the density of this project. At 212 homes, Amberwood will feel more private than a large suburban project with 800 or 1,000 units. Combined with the landed and good class bungalows surrounding, the lifestyle proposition is quietness, greenery, and lower visual density. This distinction is very important. If your family values privacy, enjoys greenery, and is comfortable traveling a little for daily needs, the same location can feel peaceful rather than inconvenient. There is no universally good location. There is only a location that fits or does not fit your family's daily routine. Amberwood's strongest family demand driver will be coming from its proximity to Methodist Girls School. The site has been cited being within 1 km of MGS. Also, buying within 1 km does not guarantee the school admission. It only affects the priority within the relevant registration framework. Balloting can still apply. Beyond MGS, the wider Bukit Timah education belt offers several established institutions that will support the long-term family appeal of this area, but I will not pay a major premium just because a long list of schools appears on the brochure. And will your family still want to stay in this property after the schooling years are over? If the answer is yes, then the school proximity strengthens the purchase. If not, treat this more like a resale attribute, not your main reason for buying. If you are considering Amberwood but still unsure whether it suits your family needs, budget, or daily routine, please feel free to reach out to me via my link below and I'll help you to look at this project based on your actual situation. This is not currently a highly convenient, fully developed neighborhood. Based on online sources, the King Albert Park. Before buying, I would suggest you to go down to the actual site or as close to possible to the future route. For family with cars, this may not be a major issue, but for a household where both parents are commuting by train and the children are already traveling independently, the daily inconvenience may be an issue. And remember, if a shuttle bus is provided, it will be helpful, but it will not be the same as a permanent bus transport. Its operating hours, frequency, and long-term continuation matter. So my first buying rule is this: buy Amberwood only if your family can accept the location as it functions today. Let the future connectivity improve your experience. Do not depend on it to make the home workable. The second objection for this site is that the Fong Yun Tai Association is located right next block. It is a long-established Hakka clan association. Its complex includes an ancestral hall, memorial tablets, columbarium facilities. This is not a crematorium, and it is not an open cemetery. Religious or personal objection. The impact is also not equal for every unit. The important questions are whether a particular stack faces towards the association, whether is there a direct line of sight, what sits between the buildings, and whether the visiting activity during remembrance periods could affect your route into the estate. From an investment perspective, this may narrow the future buyer pool for affected stacks. It does not make the whole project unsellable, but if two units are otherwise similar, I will favor the stack with a cleaner outlook and less direct relationship to the facilities, provided the price difference is reasonable. More importantly, visit the area yourself, go on a normal weekday, and see if this is a major concern for you. Or understand the conditions better during a busy observance period. A map cannot tell you how you personally will feel on the ground. It's a factor to price and select around, but not something to hide and not something to dramatize. Now, the third concern is that much of the Holland Plain right now is still pretty much bare land. Based on the URI planning, it shows that there should be about 2,500 homes across this precinct with parks, recreational space, and better walking connection, and green links connecting the residents towards King Albert Park MRT, the rail corridor, as well as a canal park connector. But plans take time and unfinished surroundings. A view across an empty field today may become another residential block tomorrow. The neighbouring plot has already been awarded to Sim Lian, and more sites are expected to be launched over time. For a family, this is not an abstract investment risk. It affects your sleep, work from home costs, balcony use, and your walking routes from home. So do check the site plan in relation with the URA planning area. Do not overpay for a large unblocked view that is a direction pointing towards a future housing. At the same time, bare lands create first mover opportunity. If this precinct mature well, Amberwood owners may eventually enjoy parks, better paths, more residents, and a stronger neighborhood recognition. Later projects may also establish higher prices because the second plot already carries a higher land rate. But later projects can also be competition because they may launch with newer facilities, better route to MRT, or more attractive site orientation. And that is the reason why first mover is neither automatically good nor bad. Of your personal situation, you work out your numbers and see which option is more suitable for you and your family. Now we come to pricing. Now, based on the earlier market estimates, based on the land tender price, suggests an average launch price of about $2,900 to $3,100 per square foot. More recently, commentary have moved roughly to about $3,100 to $3,300 per square foot. Again, these are estimates, not official prices. Instead of debating the headline per square foot, let's look at what are the likely family quantum. For family buyers, the core quantum is more important rather than the per square foot story. The 958 square foot will be priced around $3 million, and the same layout at $3.16 million is not psychologically or financially the same purchase. A 4-bedroom crossing $4 million enters a different comparison set. At that level, buyers can consider older freehold condos around, newer leasehold project that is nearer to the MRT, or even very different housing formats depending on the family needs. We also have a very useful 2026 benchmark. Dunyan House at Turf City sold 200. We also have a useful 2026 benchmark. Dunyan House at Turf City sold 212 of its 380 units on launch weekend at an average of $3,140 per square foot. Its 3-bedroom units were all fully sold, showing genuine demand for a well-located family product. But let's not compare only the average per square foot. Amberwood has lower density and a quiet landed setting, but weaker day-to-day convenience. If Amberwoods were to be launched nearer towards the lower end of market expectation, I will become more positive because the present buyers are compensated for the early precinct uncertainty. But if the price point pushed far above the established alternatives simply because it carries a District 10 address and a future transformation story, my view will become more selective. At launch itself, I will compare the actual unit against 3 choices. A family unit at Dunyan House if a suitable stock still remains. Number 3, older freehold or 999-year projects nearby, including developments such as Maplewood, Cascadia, Nexus or Tesserina. Freehold is not automatically better and leasehold does not automatically appreciate faster. Future price, livability and future buyer demand matters more than the tenure of the land. Based on the preliminary information, it is about 872 to 1,572 square feet. For a young family, the 958 square feet flexi style could be the most practical sweet spot if the plan gives you a usable study or a flexible room. But do not just buy the label, measure the furniture. Can the common bedrooms fit in the proper bed and the study desk? Is the study natural ventilated? Can you place a 6-seater dining table without blocking the walkway? Is there sufficient storage for stroller, luggage or sports equipment? And where will a helper sleep if your household needs one? And can your elderly parents use the bathroom safely? Families with 3 children, multi-generation needs or permanent work-from-home arrangement, some of the roughly 1,227 square foot configuration could be worth studying as well if the layout is efficient for your family use. The 5-bedroom units will definitely offer more space and exclusivity, but the 4 to 5 million price tag may also means a smaller exit pool. Not because someone says the largest unit must make the most money. My preferred unit selection order will be this: a layout that fits for the next 7 to 10 years, and thirdly, a floor that gives reasonable privacy without paying an excessive view premium, and fourth, an entry price that leaves the family financially comfortable after renovations, buyer's stamp duty, and monthly commitment. The per square foot comes after these 4 points, not before them. The positive case is straightforward. It is the first launch in the planned 2,500 home precinct. It sits on a prime, low-rise environment. It has family-sized homes, school demand, and a developer that now controls the first 2 neighboring sites. The location will become easier for future buyers to understand the value. The risks are equally as real. Amberwood is leasehold in an area where buyers can find older freehold alternatives. Its initial buyers may pay a new launch premium. There will be years of future supply. Some later plots may have better access or positioning, and because Amberwood starts with family-sized homes, resale quantums could be around 3 to 5 million, a capable but a narrower buyer pool. And this is the reason I will underwrite this purchase with a 7 to 10 year mindset, not a 4-year flip. If the precinct takes longer than usual to develop, a genuine home buyer will still receive the value of living in the home over there. Only a pure investor buyers will be delayed. For buyers who are focusing on getting rental yield, I am less enthusiastic. The larger units also means higher capital outlay, and the immediate location is not so obvious choice for tenants who prioritize doorstep MRT and convenience. And the yield may not be the stronger reason to buy Amberwood today. Amberwood may suit you if you are buying primarily for family-owned stay. You value a quieter, low-density environment more than a doorstep convenience. MGS or the wider Bukit Timah educational belt is relevant to you and your family, and you can hold for at least 7 to 10 years without needing a quick exit. And your chosen stack has been chosen carefully for future construction, sun, road, or columbarium exposure. Now, Amberwoods may not be suitable if you need MRT, supermarket, and food options directly downstairs. Your purchase depends on a claim 7 to 10 minutes walk that you have not personally tested, and you are not comfortable living near ancestral hall or columbarium activities just next door. You want an immediate matured neighborhood, or you're buying mainly for short-term rental yield or a fast resale exit. You need to stretch your income or cash reserves to reach the desired unit, or you're paying a large premium for a view that may be blocked over the later years. Imagine the parks arrive later than expected. Imagine the nearby neighborhood shops takes time to appear. Imagine the resale market will be quiet for a few years. Will you and your family still enjoy living in this home? If the answer is yes, then Amberwood deserves your serious consideration. If the answer is no, then you are not really buying into the home, you are buying into a future forecast. My final view on this Amberwood at Holland is conservatively bullish. The educational demand, the landed surroundings, and the long-term Holland Plain plan. The leasehold versus freehold comparison or the future competing supply. At a sensible entry quantum in the right layout and the right stack, Amberwood could still be a very good family-owned stay with long-term potential upside. At an aggressive price point, the same project can be a difficult purchase because buyers are already paying in advance for amenities and transformation that is still years away. So my conclusion is not whether or not to buy at any price, it is this: buy the home first, let the transformation be your upside, not the only reason that this purchase works. If you're considering Amberwoods, comment below with the unit type that you're looking for and your biggest concern. Once the official price list and site plan are officially released, I will do a more detailed stack and entry price analysis. And if you'd like to have a personalized assessment of which unit or whether Amberwood itself is suitable for you and your family, feel free to reach out to me via my WhatsApp in the description, and I'll be more than happy to guide you through the options. And lastly, if you find this balance breakdown useful, like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.